Hey, Bohemian with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart readings. And tonight we're going to be doing a reading that is checking in to see what your spirit or deity thinks of you or how they're feeling about you right now, anything they want to communicate. I had another reading on the side for a while to do this, a pick a card, and then I felt to put the energy of that draw away because I hadn't had time to record it, and I wasn't planning on doing this reading. I was starting on November reads, and it wasn't going, and then I just had the strong push and kind of channeling to do this reading. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this reading. Here we have three options: our Tulip Seashell, our Scallop Seashell, and our Spiral Tan Seashell here. We're going to just be using one deck that I'm just going to waterfall style read from, and we'll pull an oracle at the end. Okay, so I'll set these over here and we'll just get right into it. Alright, let me set these shells aside. If you chose Tulip Seashell, let's get into your messages. Calling in your good spirit crew in a good way with all honesty, accuracy, and clarity. Please let us know for this spirit or deity or ancestor that Tulip Seashell group is calling in, asking about. Please let us know what you think of those who chose Tulip Seashell. Okay, Temperance reverse. Some of you are asking about a spirit that is not of your culture. It is not of, any connection. You guys could be trying to call them in to help. This is like alchemy kind of reverse. So you could be asking about a spirit or that you're trying to petition because you want the power that they are known to give their people and descendants, but it's kind of like you don't have any connection or any grounds to be approaching them in that way. For some of you, you are trying to reconnect to a deity or spirit or ancestor of your own culture, but it's very, very disconnected. It's like a long, foggy, phone call that is just like dead, and then you start to try to answer the connection, then it's like a tornado siren, tornado wailing in the background or something, and it just has not been working. Okay. Yes, death reverse. If you are seeking and petitioning a deity that is not of your peoples and culture, I feel like it's closed. Like the way is closed. Let it alone. You could even be having a deity of your own culture who does a similar rules, a similar avenue, be stepping in and saying like, what am I, chopped liver? Like, hello, why are you chasing all these other goddesses of abundance or whatever, and I'm right here from your people and you've been ignoring me. So I've been noticing this more and more in the collective energy. I think a lot of, repressed and especially like the persecuted spirits and deities, they have just been very tired of wearing the facade of the colonial culture or whatever, or being ignored and like kind of blessing you even though you think you're talking to another spirit or deity. Okay. Yes, if you are connecting to some of your culture or one of your ancestors, I feel like the message here is that I'm just getting like they're not, or like they're not right in who they think I am. I'm not who they think I am. Okay. Yeah, they're like, let's set the record straight once and for all. I'm not who they think I am. Like, they need to genuinely get to know me. They need to something about books too. Some of you are trying to read books and it's like the people who wrote that book don't even know me. You need to come get to know me. Okay. Five of Pentacles reversed. If you did an offering, they see this offering. It might not be perfect yet. It seems kind of far from it for some of you, but they are they're gonna accept it without upheaval. Okay, is the way that they say it. Some of you are trying to connect with like a very warrior, badass spirit or deity of your your peoples, and so they're either they're not known for being warm and fuzzy, or they're not ready to show that to you, okay? Because they feel like there's a lot of learning to do, and they kind of feel like you're just kind of giving them some crumbs, to be honest. They feel like you just gave me this little sprinkle, and literally this was crumbs on your altar plate, you know, and that's not something that for them is working. So it looks like a down cycle of energy. It's not completely volatile, you know, it's not like they're punishing or something. As far as if you are meant to connect, again, if you're like, well, I'm gonna still keep listening because I want to connect to this deity even though they're not from my culture and blah 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 blah, we have the Wheel of Fortune reverse. So they could be reversing your fortunes if you're doing that, and kind of really messing up your stuff on a larger scale. So I would just back off if this is not someone of your people. Some of you might even be trying, like, these are someone else's ancestors. Some of you are trying to like pull in the energy of, people do this with you know, indigenous Native American spirits, where they just like literally try to attach to them, own them, pretend that they're their guides, claim that they were them in a past life, and not just let these spirits live and let our ancestors heal and stuff. So some of you are, you know, trying to catch someone up like they're getting caught in the spoke of a bike wheel or something, and I feel like they're putting their foot down here and saying no, like, we don't appreciate that. That's like, you don't even know who we are, you don't even listen to our real voice, okay? We're not your guide. Okay, yeah, some of them, the spirit is saying they're not your head, they're not your crown, and they could, and it's almost like they need to say it because there could be a spirit that's even, you know, kind of more than they are, that should traditionally be your birth spirit, your crown, basically, and, you know, have your head spiritually, basically. And so you might be like attracted to this one spirit. Well, I want to be like, you know, I'm getting, don't say any names of spirits, okay, just keep it open. Okay, so you could be like, well, I want this type of spirit, I want this deity, this goddess to be my head, I want them to be my matron. And they're saying, no, I'm not really your guide like that, and if I act like I am, I'm disrespecting who really is, and they gonna get me, okay? So they're just like, so just be aware. And this is very humble for them to say that. I don't get that this spirit is naturally like also humble like that. Not when it comes to like, you know, they rank how they rank, and they're powerful, and they know that. And so for them to, you know, nod their head to another spirit like this and say, no, I'm kind of far outranked in some ways by another spirit who will be coming in, connecting with you, you know, we have to respect that they're saying that, okay? Yeah, because this is a very truthful spirit. That's why they're going to give a very blunt message. I think some of them have been trying to guide you in your dreams to kind of take you where you should be, but the direction's not towards them, it's towards another path, okay? Yeah, I just get a very strong, even if this is an ancestor, I feel like they're not the main, like the elder ancestor that would really need to be the one to be connected with. And they might not be right for the job. So if you're like, well, yeah, I know this one isn't my head, but I was trying to see if they could help me with this particular concern, I feel like they're saying, no, I'm not the one for the job for this, okay? Or for a few of you, you know, it's this ain't, you ain't paying me enough. Okay, this little offering, yeah, Six of Pentacles. Some of them say, give me my coins, okay? They'll be real with you. They'll let you know. Again, they're saying, for those of you who you're like, okay, this is a spirit of my tradition, and I'm trying to be very respectful, you know, and follow protocol as I approach them, they want more of an offering from this, okay? They've been understanding that you might be kind of young in your traditional ways, or that our generations don't know as much as the older generations did. But, you know, if you look at what spirits used to get and compared to what they get, some little cookie on our altar or something, right? They're saying, look, they're not going to demolish you for this, but this wasn't really doing it for them, okay? They would need more. For those who are in a good way, you are on, you know, your traditional stuff and everything, okay? Yeah, I feel like the spirit has, okay, on the side where you guys are, okay, right? You're following everything that you're supposed to be following. I feel like the spirit has woke you up before. Maybe your subconscious self, you just kept trying to connect them, and then you're saying, oh, they're in my dreams. I said, no, you were pulling me into your dreams. That's why I woke you up. I said, you know, it's like either you felt like you got poked, or you felt like someone said your name, okay, and you jumped up, okay. So they were trying to get you, because it was like basically like you just kept ringing their phone. You just kept ringing their phone. Your spirit has just really been wanting to connect with this deity. For those of you who you've already, you know, you're still listening. You didn't click off, even though this deity said, I ain't about you. I don't know you. You don't know my people. Stop. This, they're saying, why are you waking me up? All right. It's literally like the who disturbs my slumber kind of vibe. Okay. Why? There's a lot of repair that you need to be doing towards me and mines. Why are you disturbing my slumber like this? Like, do you know about me? Like, how are you just showing up, you know, what's going on? So some of you, they see that, you know, you're just searching, and so they're going to give you this intense message, so that they, you know, they're saying they're not completely heartless, they're not, but they're not warm and fuzzy like people want to think that they are sometimes when it comes to like kind of violating their boundaries. Okay, so they're going to be very rough, and if you were like, well, dang, like I was just, you know, trying to connect, or I was trying to honor, you know, spirits of different deities, and I don't know, I heard some people mention them, so I thought maybe they were reaching out to me or something. You know, they support you in your journey to keep moving along, but it's kind of like no room at the end, kind of thing. No room in the hotel kind of vibe. And so they're like, you'll find your path, you know, go ahead. So for those of you who are like young, you're very young, there's little ones watching this and stuff, I know sometimes y'all be on, and it's great that you're on your spiritual journey. This spirit is not angry at you then. I feel like they're very tender towards children, actually. And so they're saying, no, it's okay. Some of you have children that are mixed, okay, and this deity is of your children's race. They have no problem with the child. Okay, the child might be having dreams, and you might sense, if you're you know, clear anything, whatever, you might have been misconstruing. It's kind of like someone tried to bring a gift to your kid, and you're like, oh great, my birthday, and they're like, no, like think of how we would do that as adults, right? If we saw another adult just take a kid that was for the baby, or a present that was for the baby, we would just be like, what is wrong with you? So this spirit is like, no, we're trying to be over here protecting, you know, the child of our lineage or whatever, and you're mixing that up and thinking that you're getting some power and all this from us, but that's not what it's about. So we're over here blessing the child. There could be a child that's very sad because they are taken away from their people. I don't know what happened with the co-parenting, you know, sometimes things happen, but if you're in the wrong and you're just keeping this child away from their peoples, or you're using them as a way to culturally appropriate their, you know, and whatever, this spirit ain't playing about that. They will get you. Okay, so make sure you're being respectful with your children, letting them learn you know, their heritage and cultures and everything, and let them be close, because their spirit is really yearning. And there's a young one, they could be in their teenage, preteen years, where they are very much just longing and not feeling whole. Some of them could have been adopted too. All right, so you have to let them find their path, and it's not yours, it's not your powers, they're not your gifts, it's not your protection, it's theirs. Okay. All right, so yeah, they're acknowledging multiple messages. Good, so at least we're getting them out. I feel like this literally like, whew, got that off my chest. I could feel the pressure from the spirits. They said, okay. Yeah, they said not the children. So everyone listening, do not, if you're trying to connect with this spirit, do not do children wrong. And I feel like that goes for animals too. Do not let them see someone. They will kick someone. They will reverse your fortune so quickly if you harm children. Okay, they said not the baby. Yes, they will take you from rags, or from riches to rags. Okay, so just be aware that they will cross your roads if you mess with children, or if you allow others around who would. Okay, and we'll clarify. But yeah, there's definitely some of you that it's a child around you who maybe they're the head of that child, because they're showing me that. Okay, so now I feel like they're almost done, but I'm getting last messages for those who this is of your tradition. They've clarified that, and you have had official ceremony that this is a spirit of your head, or you've you've been connected that way. They're talking about fixing your finances, okay? So they want you to keep learning. They want a better offering, don't play. And again, they're not always going to be the most warmest, fuzziest, whatever, because they're more the kind of, they're going to teach you by don't do that, than by, you know, overly, you know, doing all this. They don't ask for a lot on their altar space and stuff, it's looking like, but they want, you know, whether it's whatever is the tradition, okay? So I'm just getting not to give examples because people just will run out and do things. But you should know what the traditional offerings are, okay? Or have access with the school of fish to learn that, okay? Whew, yeah. But make sure you're doing it with, you don't have to be doing it with a bunch of emotion, but you have to come to them with respect. Make sure that that's happening. Make sure that you respect who they are and what they do. And don't just feel entitled to grab and take, you know, that and things like that, because this spirit, they'll feel it. That's what would hurt their feelings. It's like they don't care if you're not crying around or worshiping them or something, but if you don't have respect for them, if you don't care to look into the knowledge of how they work, if you don't care to approach them in proper etiquette and stuff, that is what offends them and would kind of, you know, hurt their feelings more, okay? So those of you who this is, you know, one of your spirits like that, they do encourage you to continue approaching, continue learning. They love very smart, intelligent, informed, you know, witty. In that case, they will, you know, converse with you more, and they're okay with questions and things in that regard. And yeah, then they will answer the call. So they've put very firm boundaries, who they will answer and who they will not. Okay. And again, a lot of you, they said that you're not my children. I don't have your head like that. And I won't be working with you like that. Okay. Yeah. So very traditional. 10 of Pentacles here. Very traditional. They're sticking to their peeps. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing for Tulip, Seashell. I hope this was helpful for you. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please treat the spirits well and the people of the spirits that you are working with, yourself. And I'll talk to you again on another one. Oh, no, I won't. I always do this. Excuse me. Let's see a little guide. I don't know if this one has... Okay, they do. Never mind. Teacup. What I'm getting from this is, in general, from your spirit crew message, watch trying to be on trend so much that you don't even know where the trend originated. Watch being on loving the catchwords and like the trending spirit, or trying to create the next wave, or trending with the spiritual world and your spiritual connection and stuff that, again, you don't even know, you know, the roots. You don't even know the herbs in your own teacup you're drinking, okay? You don't know where things came from, what the medicine is, where it's sourced from, like any of that, you know, but you're like, man, I want to drink this and I want to serve it to everyone else and put it in a drop shop, you know, and divine it, you know, and all this kind of stuff. They're like, okay, go back to literally the roots of a situation, and not just the buzz of, you know, the tea everybody's drinking, okay? So that's what I got for you guys. All right, if you chose Scallop, Seashell. Some of you have fallen off connecting and really actively seeking on your spiritual journey. All right, calling in the guest spirit crew of those who chose the Scallop, Seashell. With all honesty, accuracy, and clarity, please let us know for the deity, spirits, or ancestors they're asking about, how you are seeing and what you have to say to those who chose the Scallop, Seashell. Yeah, some of you guys are real scary, okay? You're jumpy. You're jumpy, you be tripping over stuff. You be like, ah, is that my spirits? You be nervous. You want to connect, but then, yeah, some reconnection. This is more like not reconnection necessarily over generations, but I feel like you guys are sometimesy with this spirit, okay? You connect and then you pull back. You think you want to reach out, then you stop. You fall off, okay? That's the, all right, let's see what they have to say here. Yeah, so they're saying, I think they're happy when you connect with them. I feel like at times though they can be in a little mood. They're very hot and cold too, so I think they understand that. But depending on how you approach and connect with them, you could get a little hit or miss with them. It's kind of like, but the way they're giving me the feeling here is like it's kind of natural though, isn't it? Like, you know, if your friend don't talk to you for a long time, or you know, if someone that's supposed to respect you don't talk to you for a long time, then they just pop up, you got questions, right? So that's kind of how they feel. It's like they let you do you, but sometimes you just, you know, sometimes they said, look, let me just put on my coat and leave, child, because sometimes you just pop up all urgent, emergency situation, and they said, wait, I'm gonna stop you there. Okay, first of all, you ain't cut me a check in a long time. All right, so I feel like they have a very casual, not that they are too casual, because they pack some power. Okay, let's not ever forget ourselves and think they don't. But they're very in touch with reality, I think, and kind of like, yeah, I get it, I get all this human stuff, like, you know, I'm not of, but I get it. Okay, so yeah, sometimes they're just like, that's too much, I gotta go, you're doing too much right now. You know, I gave you the keys to free yourself, you took off and wanted to do whatever you wanted to do, and now you're back around, okay, because you didn't get what you want out of the situation, and you probably didn't even listen to half of what I said because you're too busy being scared or being hard-headed. Okay, but then when you get hurt or something happens, it's like, oh my gosh, help me, right? So I don't think that they are, you know, just trying to mock you. I think they have a kind of sense of humor, and they're a little bit sarcastic, but they are, you know, kind of like that stern father figure in a way, energetically, where they're like, you know, what did I say? What are the rules? Where was your common sense? Okay. They say you got to put the work in. They definitely have that energy. Like, don't come and ask me about things that you don't want to work on. Okay, if you're not going to do the work to contribute, if we're going to be, you know, this community vibe here, and you want things done, you got to do for others. It's the way that it works. Okay. Yeah. So you got to, they're like, hear that. So on a soul level, we should know that. Okay. For some reason, some of you guys get like sad if you feel like you have to, if something is required of you spiritually, like you just feel like, no, I'm supposed to just be like this innocent floating little bubble, and I should just be perfect, and I'm on this other dimension and this other level. So if I get told no, or if I get told wait, or if I get told, you know, whatever, you just want to crumble. Okay. Yeah, you just feel like everything should be a green light, open roads, you're perfect. And they said, cherry reverse. That's not how it works. Okay, it's not how it works. Literally works. It says some things are above your pay grade. Some of you just really, really are trying to, I will watch out. Okay, some of these are crossroad deities. And they said, if I'm sitting here directing the traffic and I said red light, okay, because someone else I'm waving through this way gonna end up hitting you because you don't want to listen. You try to say, I want to get through the crossroads. Everyone else is getting through crossroads, right? Exactly. And now bam, you just got hit, all right, by someone else getting through the crossroads. So some of you have something with your arm. It's been going numb, or it's been getting tingly or something. There's just different things. You guys are really embodying stress, like in your body. You might even physically be having certain blockages come up in your body and system because you're not listening. You're trying to just push, and they said, I told you no for a reason. Okay, when it is time to move forward, especially here in 2020 when I'm recording this, we have Neptune retrograde, and that's coming straight up, facing forward. They're like, when it's time to not be delayed anymore, we'll move things forward. If and when you can show me that, you know, you're doing the things you need to accordingly in your life, and that you can listen. Okay, but just trying to act, a lot of you can be that part, in that group where as soon as another healer or reader or magical practitioner mentions something, you hop on it and act like you've been doing it this whole time. Okay, you just try to, oh, let me hurry up, I gotta go and pretend I'm doing this too. Oh my gosh, you know what I mean? It's just like hectic energy. And they're like, it's so silly. Basically, they're showing me, like, imagine if a third grader hopped up and was like, oh my gosh, I gotta be a science teacher right now, and just went up in front of the class. And they just, again, I think they can see the humor in it, and they have a little sarcasm. They get it. They're like, this is, you know, little humans, this is what y'all do. But they're just like, and this little third grader is just trying to teach the class and just pretend, oh no, I'm the teacher here, I don't know who you are, Mrs. Francis, that's been teaching for 50 years. I don't know who you are. I'm the teacher, right? Third grader. Don't I blend right in? They're like, no, you don't. Like, to us in the spirit world, it looks just as silly as if this third grader was just trying to teach driving school. They're like, what are you doing? But you're going to tell me about me? I'm the crossroads, okay? I'm giving the okays. I'm stamping the papers here, okay? So they need you to listen. Some of you have gotten into a car accident, or you have not been able to move forward in transportation, okay? In some kind of way. There's been something going on with transportation. So they're saying, like, you know, where's your heart at on this? Like, what's, you haven't been aligned to your soul path and your spirit as much as you think that you are, okay? Because you haven't been hearing this. Yep, you've been off that vibration. All right, so I think let's see what they're going to say here. Yeah, but they're repeating it for some of you. Some of you, too, they're talking about the physical body again. They've been telling you to get your health together. You've been avoiding them. You didn't want to hear it. And they're saying, we're not playing. Okay, get your physical health together. And again, this is a symptom of how you'll be hard-headed. You don't listen to us. You don't freaking listen. And you want all these blessings. How are you going to keep up with them? Okay, you're over here. Your body's giving out. Yep, you guys should be in optimal health right now. And there are some of the spirits that you connect with this group. They are the type that they will touch your health if you don't listen. And they keep giving that. Look, we have the shells coming out. They keep giving that out, okay? Some of you did also pick Tulip, Seashell. Or you could be asking about, you might have asked instead of about one group, kind of a group of spirits. So some of you need to, if that hits, okay, listen to group 1 as well. Yeah. Okay, let me confirm first. Yep, they said go ahead, say, they said truth, Ace of Swords, straight up. Some of you have been trying to put some bad medicine on someone when they've been pregnant, or when they just had a child or something, or playing with someone's kids, or like their birth, or whatever it is, or like, oh, well, you know, like messing with the parenting of who has the child or whatever, as far as like it ain't your business kind of thing. Like maybe you're interested in someone and they have a kid with someone else and you trying to put something bad on them. You better watch it with this spirit, okay? And that's probably why they said listen to what we said on group 1. I feel like some of these spirits are the same, okay? Yeah, they said that's you don't want it like that. That is not something you want coming back. We'll throw that right back on you. Do not be messing with people who are pregnant, okay? This might be, some of you, this is the thing that's so ironic. Some of you might be trying to connect with a deity that is actually a protector of who you are sometimes trying to come out and harm. Okay, so if you are pregnant, this deity is blessing your pregnancy, or if your partner or someone you care about and you were wondering, they're showing long, healthy pregnancy, full term. Okay. Regardless of what happened with the partner, okay? Yes, some of you did that. So the good supportive working, some of you, when you were pregnant, you were doing some manifestation and magic. They said that was very powerful. We heard that. We blessed that working, okay? Yeah, they're very close to the child. All right, some of you, you might not know it, but your parent reached out to them when they were pregnant with you, or somebody around you, an auntie, somebody blessed you with this spirit when you were in the womb. All right, and they didn't come through for a while, or you didn't think that they would come through. You didn't know. And for this particular group, there is a difference where for some of you, in that case, when you have been blessed by somebody else, I'm seeing someone who's not of one race bless somebody else of a different race. And in that case, they're saying we are not traditionally your spirits, okay? But that's why we didn't show up so much. But now that you are becoming woke, you will see, yeah, very consistent message here. We are coming through. So in this case, this is opposite. So they might want you to hear the warnings in group A, because group A was like, they were like, if you ain't of our people, don't mess with us. Group B, there is a certain amount of connection. Now they're showing, we ain't showing you the secrets, okay? So they're not saying go make a business and pillage our people. They're not saying go think that you're entitled to know all of our hidden this and that, okay? If you're connecting to a deity who is not of your people's, like you're not their race, okay? But there could definitely be someone who blessed you and wanted you to be protected, and they were a practitioner or a child of this religion, okay? So they're saying that it's okay to use examples. So for instance, if you are feeling like, well, I didn't know if a spirit from I don't know, Benin popped in mind. It was connecting with me, but I felt like they were trying to connect with me, and I wasn't sure. And that there was someone in your a friend of the family that was from there. This would be saying yes. In this case, they did spiritual ceremony for you. They asked us to look after you, to protect you, probably since you were in the womb or you were very young. And so in that case, we are here. That doesn't mean that you are now entitled to go and say, because that's the new age thing, right? Oh no, this is mine, this is my, I relate, so I get to have it. They're saying Hierophant reverse. They're saying no. In Temperance reverse, we're not saying just you go and own us now, or that we're not saying we're crowning you, okay, or anything like that in our spiritual mysteries. No, but we're saying we are here. We did hear the prayers that somebody of our people did for you, okay? They asked us to look forward. So they are a little, for some of you, they're a little bit skeptical, okay? Six of Pentacles reverse, Tower reverse, but they are saying, but we are here. We do try to guide you. We do try to light that torch for you. We do see your candles when some of you did candles, okay? And the reason that we're here, we need you to understand, we're here because one of our people blessed us to you, okay? All right, but they are reserved, okay? They are reserved, but they have kindness for you, okay? So in that case, my personal advice from what I've learned from these is always be kind to their peoples, okay? And respect their traditions in that way. Yeah, but they're very consistent. They said some of you, since you were very, very young, someone could have even been in passing, they blessed you. And they said, look at, they might have just seen, maybe they saw your parents while you were in the womb, and they said, someone of their people said, bless them, bless that child in that womb. And so they've been looking out. See those rays? They've been waiting to when you would have understanding, okay? But yeah, they want to they don't want any harm coming to you, but they also don't want to be kind of chained or misused themselves, okay? All right, for those of you who are really fully in power, you've done deep workings with this person, they come through, you might even be initiated, okay? Yes. They said new phase, definitely. They have big downloads coming for you. You might have to start covering your head, okay? They're going to bring you through. They are not tolerant of something from the past that has come up again. It could be a person or a situation you were thinking of moving back to or going to. They said no. They have you way past that, and they said it's not an option. They said it's not your choice. They will F up the situation from the past, okay? This is definitely for those you're initiated, or you've done strong spiritual working with this deity. You have the awareness and kind of the cultural responsibility with this deity, okay? With this spirit, for sure. And they're saying, we talked to you, you already know. This reading is just a little extra for you, okay? You already know. They have it's going to be intense work moving forward. Your ancestor work is not done. Your work here in the collective is not done. Keep pushing. They need you. Keep growing. You cannot be letting anything slow you down or disempower you. But if this past situation, it could be picking friends like the old friends. For some of you, it's an ex trying to come back. They said they will burn that down. It's a no. Okay. Yeah, you will recover from some health concern that's been going on. Okay. And if you apologize, yeah, some of you, even though you really work with this spirit, maybe you forgot to put some offerings out, or you put out something you knew. Oh, that just hit my heart. Some of you are gonna I feel like you might almost want to cry. You might have put out something you knew they didn't like, or you just feel bad you haven't done your mantras or your offerings or something for them, okay? And they will receive from you moving forward, and they accept the apology, okay? In this relationship that you have, okay? Yeah, definitely. They're showing me empty altar, or not doing your devotions, or many people have different traditions that's why I'm trying not to say too many specifics with this, okay? They said there's a new turn coming around, and they are open to that with you, and they do bless you. They do bless you. Some of you, this is an abundance deity, and they are saying, yes, you do know better. You're very powerful. You know how to honor us. You slipped off for a while, or you have remembered some mistakes that you have made, or something of that nature. Maybe some of you got frustrated and you said something, rude or something like that. And so they do accept that apology, and they do have some blessings coming in for you, and they want you to continue your work. Okay, they might have paused your business succeeding, or she almost looks cold. You might have went through a period where you just were cold all the time, like you couldn't get warm, you couldn't, you just felt very literally left out in the cold. But you will feel their warmth again, okay? You will feel their love. You will see the blessings of those who also are connected and guided by them, from many different pathways, coming and blessing you and syncing up, okay? So they want you to be powerful, continue manifesting, continue creating in a good way, continue continue learning and respecting, and just remembering, as above, so below. The magician is in their power when they remember that they are empowered, but so are the forces and the elements and the spirits that they work with. If they forget that, there's a very narcissistic, mean quality that comes out of the magician. They end up very alone and detached from everyone and everything, the world, the earth, the spirits. But when they remember that I am just so blessed to connect with you, and spirit gets blessed being connected with us too, but that sometimes we need those greater powers to help us with the things here, just like we give offering to the spirit world, and how sacred our altar spaces in our mind and our heart are, in our physical altar spaces. So if you continue in that, they will be able to continue to bless you, okay? But I do feel like this pile has more openness to a bit more diversity with those who petition them, if they are coming through the pathways that are here described, okay? So let's get a message from your spirit crew for those of you who chose this option. Knife. All right, so this is like the athame. Yeah, cutting cords from the past. They will not tolerate any baggage. Some of you want to move. They're even going to have you let go of a lot of your belongings, or have you get rid of stuff from people in the past. They don't want any backstabbing again, so that these situations where there's multiple people that are getting in like blended families or friendships or something, they don't want backstabbing. Some of you are magical practitioners, and you want to kind of, what do they say, beg, steal, and borrow to get ahead and make a name for yourself. This spirit is not interested in coming through just to be like, just to be like, hey, I made it big, right? And I did everything it took to get here, and screw everyone else. I wanted to get in on this trend, kind of thing. They love knowledge, they love growth, but they really love community. They want you to be around good people that can flourish. They want you to have some morals. Okay, that's why they pause you for a while. They want to make sure that you are in sync with and with what is right for you and the right amount. It's kind of like the right amount of knowledge about them and about certain things that's right for others isn't what's right for you, but you can still all commune and respect this spirit together. Even though there may be certain different rules that they give to different people who want to approach them. And even though, yeah, so some of you, and see how they're multicultural here, some of you might have where they say, for instance, you might be wanting to connect to an Irish spirit, and maybe you have been blessed by them, by their people for you. However, they're going to connect with their Irish descendants, or however you call, differently than their ones that are the people who want to connect with them from Asia or from different places. So they are like, that's okay. That's what happens in community. The physical world represents the spiritual world, although we have a less perfect representation here. So that doesn't mean you can't all come and appreciate the spirit and respect them and commune with them and connect with them. For some of you that this was an ancestor, it's going to be you might connect to them differently than other people in your family. Maybe you have a lot of siblings that are like half this, half that. Okay, or you're obviously a different mixture than your cousins are or something. So it's okay for you guys to all love your ancestors, but see them in completely different ways, and to have different connections and correlations and stuff with them. Okay, don't get discouraged. But they don't want to tolerate any backstabbing. They don't want to tolerate any slander, stealing, just trying to like kill someone else's heart and dreams and all this kind of stuff. They want you to be in truth. I see the moon here. They want you to be in truth and in power. They want you to listen with truth to spiritual concepts and be taught and educated properly in them. Okay, because here we have Sagittarius and Gemini. Okay, so you have to know when to listen to the spirit world and how they divine things, and not just think, well, this is how I want to do this down here. All right, because then you taint the energy of your own working. So they're open to teach you, to guide you these things. Okay, but watch that tongue sword. Okay, they say the tongue is a double-edged sword. Okay, watch what you speak. They are saying, they had forgiven some people here that had been speaking ill on them or talking slick to them, but they're saying you better watch that with us. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for option 2, or option C. Seashell, Scallop, Seashell. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, y'all. Tongue twister. And I will talk to you guys soon on another one. Alright, and those of you that chose Tan Seashell, let's see what your spirit crew has to say. Had some similarities between the two groups so far, but then a vastly different opposite energy at the same time. For those who chose the Spiral Tan Seashell, calling in their good spirit crews in a good way, please, with all honesty, accuracy, and clarity, please let us know here with the messages that you have for them, how you're seeing them and viewing them, and your connection at this moment. Any advice, wisdom, anything that you would like to speak, please. Okay. It's almost like they're all just kind of piggybacking off of each pile. I just keep hearing shrewd in business, shrewd in business, shrewd in business. Some of you, I think you're losing your way because of financial concerns and the rat race and these kind of things. Okay, and they don't want that for you. Others of you, they need you to be more cutthroat. They need you to, don't let this system take you kind of thing. Grab it by the jugular. Yeah, they're saying it shouldn't be. It's like like all these people being angry, tense, losing their moral compass, all trying to fight for one path when really they should each have their own path. It's like nobody can steal your divine path. You should be listening to your own spirit and heart. Even a school of fish, they're not all swimming in the exact same space, right? They're swimming alongside each other. So you might miss your signals, and so then you'll try to mirror up with other people, okay? Follow their shimmer, their reflection as a way of freeing yourself. When really what you need to do is kind of break the surface completely. Literally, she has her own shimmer on her legs here as she transforms. Some of you are really young, or you're starting something that's just, I can feel the tenderness. I feel like these spirits for group 3, they feel so tender towards you. And they feel like you've had a lot of bad examples around. They feel like this world has just been really awful. I think they don't agree. Some of these are creator spirits. They're ancient ones, all right, or ancestors from way back. But it's like they see this this mantle you're inheriting, and that it's so tough. They're like, you're so young to have these problems of the world on you like this, to have this whole realm kind of leaning. It's like they remember when the world was new, and when there was not so much evil rule and chaotic takeovers, and so much that had torn down all of the natural and the built sacred places and things of that nature, and literally of that nature. And now it's like having to commune from ancient ruins of like a shadow world, or through runes. Yes, so it could be through symbols and hieroglyphs and all those kind of things. Original languages could be important for you guys to connect with and to learn. Yes, so they can communicate here. Some of them have other forms of communication that they want to do with you guys, okay? Yeah. Not all the modern stuff works for all of these spirits, so some of them want you to reconnect with the lost ways of communicating with them and honoring them. For instance, some spirits through shells, which is why I felt very much to make sure all the shells were out tonight, and I think why they chose this deck out of all of them that I have here to use tonight. Again, some of you, it will be through runes or the ancient symbols that are in our, tapestries, and many different divination ways and things of that nature. Some of you, it's going to be by having to listen to the elders who do still know, those cords of truth through this all. Some of you, they've been trying to connect with you, to show you, to guide you, and you haven't been. And I just got a big pull that some of you are not wearing your hair in your traditional ways, and they want you to. Okay, they want you to show that off with pride. It's almost like, who are you to be ashamed of the ways of doing things that were so beautiful, so sacred, that were crowning and honor to us? Okay, so in this case, again, that would be for your traditions. For those of you, some of you are connecting to ancestors or to ancestral spirits here. Okay, they don't want you to be afraid, and they don't want you to allow the trauma to continue to bond to your representation of self or to your spiritual path. Okay, yeah, they want that to be transformed and let go. They're trying to pull you from the poisons of all this wound, of all of this pain and suffering you know, spiritual DNA trauma in the physical world. And it puts up a fight, you know, energetically. There's a lot of ceremony that was done, again, by these smug, mean, evil jerks that, you know, take over this realm and do all of this horrible stuff, contorting spiritual traditions, contorting sacred places, shedding blood magic, shedding the blood of the earth. Okay, there's a lot that goes into this and contributes, and they're fighting it. They're trying to connect. They're trying to free the planet. They're trying to free the creatures. They're trying to free the elements. They're working so hard. They're saying, you know, they can't do it alone, and you're not alone. All right, that's the only way that we can be victorious, is if we reclaim and honor these sacred things. We do so in a good way. All right, not in a distorted way. With the Knight of Cups reversed, we want to do it how we want to do. We just want to, well, I just want to be dreamy. I just want to do whatever I want to do. Can I just, you know, I'm just seeing like trip on peyote and Sedona and like call it a enlightenment lifetime, you know, just call it a day. Isn't that, can I just do that and just like wear a lot of like, you know, mandalas and stuff and just do what I want? So they're like, no, this is work, but these are treasures to connect. These are pearls of wisdom. So it's like, we want this coin of treasure, but we don't want to go and earn each pearl of wisdom. And that's something we need to do. So some of you definitely, you might feel young in these cosmic streams over here, but you definitely have access to elders, and you have not been connecting with them. You have not been going to seek them and listen to them. You could have been running to other traditions, or you could have been listening to bad information on this deity that is not accurate from sources that are not credible. Yeah, people who are kind of delusional. Some of you, they're saying stop with the drugs. I mean, some of you, whoever's picked this option. So yeah, cut it off. Okay, if you're abusing sacred medicines, stop. And this goes for whatever you're I don't know everybody's traditions, okay? They're not having it. I think that's why they gave me that example that they did. Because here, this is like a bad trip. Some of you, you know, you don't feel good when you're even doing this, okay? There's kind of like the abuse of what should be sacred medicines that could be used in a good way or for very ceremonial purposes. So either being overused, wrongfully used, maybe even those traditions, only certain elders would use it, not even everybody. It could be drugs, you know, being abused, medicine of any type, modern or spiritual medicine being abused, okay? Yeah, your physical and your spiritual body need to be aligned. I am getting Venus jump out here, the star of Venus. So for some of you, this deity is connected to that star. So we have star right here, okay? And that will help you know. All right, and they're saying this it isn't for everybody. You know, people say they want to be close, and then this deity will feel hurt. The spirit will feel hurt because everybody doesn't want to be close. Everybody doesn't want to truly see them. It's the feeling they're giving me is like when you're this beautiful person, you're very talented, you're very, you know, just trying to do everything right, but people only want to connect as like a popularity thing, and then they want to treat you bad because it makes them feel better and to have power, but they want the clout of knowing you. To be able to say, but then they want to kind of one-up you and climb over you socially, and then run off with the crowd and just leave you very decimated and feeling bad. And it's like, this is what the spirit has gone through so many times, this group of spirits, okay? And they don't want that anymore. They want to be honored. They want to be respected. Some of them are also lunar, connected to the moon. All right, so they're looking forward to, you know, the younger generations being taught of them, being taught in a really good way. It's like a little montage here, seeing you learn and grow more and more about them. Some of you are asking about nature spirits and deities, okay? They don't want you to be afraid to connect with them. They don't want you to be afraid of your place in this world, and of making sure to do whatever it takes to keep this world safe, protect their sacred sacred sites, protect the resources of, again, like the medicine. Some of you, I'm seeing like henna. It could be natural resources like crystals and seashells, you know, whatever our sacred medicines are. They want them respected. Some of them are grasses that bonnets, spiritual bonnets and crowns are made out of, things of that nature. It's like they're like, it's worth it, you know. Protect these medicines, protect these sacred places. How will we tell the children, how will we show them how to connect to these heart points? It's like the chakras, it's like the chakras of the planet, of the realm. How will we take back from all of these crumbling, you know, dictators, and find the heartbeat within each other again, and let the spirits be alive? They want to be more alive, you know. They want to connect heart to heart. You guys might even feel that sometimes, like a hand on your heart, or just a warmth, or this reaching out to your heart space. And they're saying, that's not your soulmate, that's me. I'm trying to connect with you. Literally, like palms up, pleading. I want to help connect this realm. There is the energy. Some of them, a very few, could be solar deity connected, or solar spirits. And they're just always thinking about the children. Always thinking about the young ones. And when it's children, that it's the fish, it's the animals, it's the young grass, everything that is new and young and trying to be free, plants, everything that wants to grow. They hold so sacred every little blossom that has, you know, the life and audacity to keep blooming in the middle of what can feel like a horrible place sometimes. They know and remember how glorious, like, the origins of this planet are, how beautiful it is, okay? The places that have been lost, the civilizations that have been lost, and they fight for the ones that have been lost, the ages that have been lost, and they fight for the present time now, okay? 10 of Cups. They see a future for us here where we're all harmonious together, where the food and the animals and the peoples, and, you know, even our beautiful architecture and arts and everything are harmonious, nothing harmful, no violence, but still success and innovation and individuality and culture. So they know it can exist, and they know that your heart just, like, I could feel it. They're so close to your heart chakra. They know how bad that you hurt when you see pain in this world, and they just want to comfort you. They're very grateful, and they try to speak very gently with you a lot of the times. Maybe sometimes they could be very, very harsh, but it's very few and in between, and only if they feel like you're going against this way of being. Okay, you're going against. They said, we know that your spirit understands this. We know that you want to detach sometimes. Like, for instance, if you're trying to detach and think that it's not worth it, and spirits aren't worth anything, or, you know, our souls, each other, we're not worth anything, this planet isn't, or, oh well, I'm just going to take what I can take, get what I can get. They will be so tough on you, because they're like, how dare you, you know, think that of us? How dare you think that of us collectively? How dare you think that we can't do more? Just throw this all away. You're here for a reason. You're here to help and to grow. You're here for more than just personal love, too, for collective energy. And we're helping you build personally and collectively. And you can't be part of that energy that throws us off, okay? Yeah, so that streak can sneak in, and they will squash that very quickly and push you to move forward in a good way. They need your help to continue shifting the vibration of things and going towards feeling reclaimed and free. And they try to help you do the same. They don't just give you a vision past this existence. They give you a vision for this existence, for this realm, for this life, for these current interactions, but always with that eye to the future. All right. So that's basically just letting you into their heart space, what they've been thinking, what their plans are, how they work, their energy and plans for you here. All right, and that's what they have to say. So let's look at your oracle card from your spirit crew. All right, we have Spider. Networking, that sensitivity, the slightest tremor of vibration you guys feel in the collective. Okay, you feel it all, but you have to remember that you are the power in this web. Wow, I am the power in this web. When you feel stuck, when you feel like something's been torn that you worked hard for, when you feel like, how can I rebuild again? Remember the strength of Spider. Wise, so sacred, such a helper in many of our indigenous traditions across the world. Even a trickster. One who learns lessons many times over, but is so courageous, keeps building the wheel, the flower of life, the wheel of fortune over and over. What do they say? Look in the poorest house, there's Spider. Look in the king's palace, there's Spider. Spider moves in all directions like the Merkaba, moves as they see fit, builds and flourishes, creates the realm, undoes the matrix and builds of its own accord. Okay, so look to the ways of the Spider. So that's what I see for you guys. I hope that these messages helped you. I just had the energy push through all the other readings that I had here to come and get these messages out. And I'm thankful to all of our spirit crews and the deities and spirits and ancestors that came through. Please go ahead and like the video, comment down below. Come back and watch at various times. If you need different messages, share it with others. And I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye.